What's going on, Mother Truckers? Welcome to Mother Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. I've been highly requested to just put out every piece of topic and content that is leaked out about Yellow Trucking Company, because a lot of drivers are really concerned and a lot of their locals don't know what's going on all around the company. So here is a conversation between Yellow Trucking Company, a local out of Houston, and I'm telling you here, this is a very good conversation, is because it's not one where two people are yelling at each other. It's one where the truck drivers really want to know what's going on. Will they still have a job? And they're having this conversation with the vice president of operations of Yellow, Robert Bullock. And they're wondering one thing, will they have a job tomorrow? Number two, why is it that even though the CEO says that they're going bankrupt, that the company's still hiring every single day? And they ask questions about the mismanagement of money. For example, changing the name from YRC to Yellow and the hundreds of thousands of dollars it costs just to change certain signs and little things, and it didn't make sense to them. So this video is brought to you by H-Town Teamsters, and I just want to show love and keep this person anonymous as well, because we're just here to share the information.
No negotiations. No, I don't think they said no negotiations. I just think they said the concession stand is closed.
All right, so
where proposing an agreement with no concessions.
So when and where would the negotiation take place?
Whenever the concession stand is closed. Present us an agreement with no concessions where we know how much money we're gonna make for the next 5 years. That way I can plan a future for my family. That way I can talk to my wife, my daughters. I got two beautiful daughters that need to know how much money their father's gonna make for the next 5 years. I got a daughter that's 16 years old, that's about to be a junior in high school, and I need to know if I'm gonna be able to afford to pay for her college.
Because realistically speaking, the younger people that are here that have only been here for a year or two, it isn't a sustainable income. I make ends meet, but to be able to build a house, to be able to start a family, to be able to do all those things that these guys at the age of mine that back then were able to, I just can't do it anymore. And that's based on the economy.
How much money you make an hour, Rojas?
I only make 19 an hour.
I make $26.69 an hour, and I live check by check. You think it's fair for this man to work under starvation wages?
Bro, you say you get paid 19, I've been here for 9 years. I get paid 20.
This man's been here for 9 years, only makes $20 an hour, and he does the same job that I do. Sometimes he does a better job than me.
Me, if they put a chain on this door tomorrow, I can find a job tomorrow. I don't want it to happen, and don't get me wrong. But if it comes to it, I can find a job. Easy. Easy. And I think we're just fed up. And then you hire and there's nothing wrong with people working. Why are we hiring all these people? We have no room for these people.
No equipment.
No equipment, no work, and we're just pumping people. Are they a yes vote? Is that what they're trying to do? You put somebody in here, give them insurance. I'm asking because we can't figure out why you're hiring all these people that you don't have a job for. So does that look smart to you as a business owner? If you come to work and you got 20 guys standing around making whatever they make an hour, and there's no work for them, but you continuously hire people, and then you push out checkers and you bring in drivers? What does that look like? Does that look smart to you?
Well, sir, we're the largest inbound station that there is. You guys deliver the second most bills in the Western Division. We've got to deliver the freight.
And you have drivers sitting on the dock all day long? Yeah. You have drivers out there with us now?
Don't even get power wise.
Working together with the company, the plans going back and forth. The IBT asked for the company to present a plan, a letter of agreement, and came up earlier if we had a copy of the letter of agreement, and this is the letter of agreement. You guys are all welcome to have a copy or to look at a copy. I've only got like 4 here, but you guys are welcome to take a look at the copies. And I know that leadership at the IBT is aware of it because the leadership said we're not interested. They didn't approve it, okay?
The IBT did not approve it.
Right, the IBT basically, the IBT said no. So it's the company's position at this point that we definitely and direly need the IBT to come to the table and discuss the letter of agreement and how we move forward from here. So I'm not here as a negotiator. I'm not here as anything but to give you this is the only ask that I give you is we as a company want to continue to work with the IBT and we want to have continued negotiations on this letter of agreement so that we can continue to move the company forward in these changes of operations, which will give us a financial backing that we need to continue business. So how urgent is it? When is the last time you had a VP stand up here and say, we just want you guys to come to the table?
That's contract.
Pretty urgent stuff, right?
In every contract. You have town hall meetings, the company conducts town hall meetings.
Okay, and we're saying, let's talk. So that's really what I'm here asking for you guys to convey is, at this point, we have not gotten any answer from the IBT or commitment to come to the table. All we're asking is, we want to make sure that we're talking at the right levels so we can work through these issues. So I'm in here in front of you guys, and you have your representatives that you guys contribute to have representatives, and I am saying we want to make sure that we're having these discussions at the right levels and that everyone is aware what discussions either are or aren't taking place, okay? I will just say that unless we are able to continue along this path, it's the company's position that there probably is no path. Hey, I am telling you because I will be in the same boat as you.
How long you been with the company?
1 month.
I've been here 26 years.
Okay, but either way.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
I've given up a lot more than you have if you've been here. Okay, now I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
I
I've given
am
up.
welcome.
Everybody in this room that's got time is giving up. I'm not trying to argue with you, but let's just say, for instance, we wave the magic wand and this goes through. You think we have faith in this company to make this stand work? Nothing else here has worked.
Okay, let's make sure you understand what I'm asking. I'm not saying you raise your hand and say, we approve as stated, okay? I don't think there's nothing in there that says, hey, take this or leave it. All I'm saying is, we need to sit down and talk through this agreement, that people above us, and if there are things that need to be changed, let's discuss it.
Isn't that a conversation you should be having with the leadership and the members here elected to lead our great union?
And those are the discussions that are lacking, because we've asked and we've not gotten any response.
Would you agree that this letter of agreement is offensive considering the sacrifices that every single person in this room has given?
Look, I make no judgment on that. I didn't construct it, and.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I have read it.
So would you agree that it's offensive?
I don't think it's offensive. It's a business plan for how we go forward.
I think it's offensive. I think it's offensive that you come in here last week and they laid off senior people and kept junior drivers here. Only thing we have here is our seniority. And I think y'all are fighting to take that away from us. I shouldn't have to come to work at 26 and 27 years and worry about a junior man who can barely walk because he's got a CDL and you send me home.
You should be worried about retiring, brother.
I should be worried about retirement. I should be worried about getting something that I've given up for the last 15, 20 years in this place and seeing nothing other than failure. And we talk about service just like you do. They run empties out here every single weekend. Then we sit down here and gotta listen to the supervisor say we don't load freight and there's leftovers. You'd rather leave 15 skids on that dock than run it empty. You worry about the load factor. It's the stupidest thing you've ever heard. And you think that we, as a whole, trust leadership when they come in here and ask us to do something like that?
All right, well, I don't think I've asked you to do anything except for saying, let's make sure we have the discussion. Have I asked you to take a pay cut? Have I asked you to work extra or less? No. All I've asked is, we want to make sure that we somehow get to the table to have the discussion so that we can continue to move this company forward.
You think it's gonna work? Your honest opinion, you think it's gonna work?
I
I
think
mean, if we look at every quarter, we lose money every quarter. When you look how much we're losing every quarter, how much we've given up.
Well,
the 700
I'm not
million
gonna, I'm not gonna interject my opinion. I gave my opinion a month ago when I came here to work. Because I believe that we can make this thing.
Where'd you come from before you got there?
I worked for Siebel Logistics prior to that, and hey, I worked for SIA, I worked for Roadway, I worked for USL. So I've seen LTL operations, and I'm telling you, I came here because I believe that you guys can outwork any other LTL group we see.
We're prepared for, when we're prepared for success, I mean, when we're set up for success, right now we're being set up for failure.
Okay, well, I don't see that as setting you guys up for failure.
Well, this is,
But
this is something
but
that
it,
we have to live under.
but Rose, let me be clear.
Why don't you open this
You
up for
guys,
discussion? If you're saying we're gonna have a discussion, why don't you let people finish their sentence? Hassan was trying to speak and you let him finish. You keep interrupting people. I mean, we're all in this together, right? You claim that we're one yellow, let everybody in here speak. If this were to be put up for a vote right now, I would vote no on this because this is offensive, because I gotta live under this agreement. I don't know how much money the company pays you annually or monthly, but would you disclose that to us? How much money do you make being a VP of operations for this company right now? What's your annual salary?
I'd say that's none of your business.
Okay,
I bargained for that myself.
okay, then we elected leadership to negotiate our contract.
Correct.
And you need to be having that discussion with them, not with us. Because they have lawyers. We don't have no lawyers in here. We don't have no lawyers.
I would say again, I hope you're not taking this as me interrupting. All I'm saying is, whether you guys ultimately decide you like this or you don't like it, this has been a proposal from the company, the initial proposal that the IBT asked for. And there's not been any rebuttal back. There's been no give and take.
It has. IBT said the concession stand is closed and this agreement is offensive.
To open the contract,
Considering
and the company
the
does not want to
sacrifices that
open
we
the
made.
contract.
You didn't make those sacrifices, Mr. Bullock, and then you're not willing to disclose your salary. So if we're all in this together, I think everything should be open and transparent.
That's what I think.
Okay. I don't disagree that
Some of
people
us come out
have
here and work
sacrificed.
hard. Yes.
Work hard.
And I'm not arguing with that.
Deserve their pension, all that, they deserve
Yes, sir.
their pension.
You haven't been with the company that long, you said a year? But
A
do,
month.
A month back.
do you know the history of the merge and everything?
I was here when Roadway and Yellow merged.
Oh, so you know it, you know everything
I was
involved.
laid off
right?
5 years straight. I was laid off 5 years straight, almost lost my house. I don't have $1 million house, Mr. Bullock.
Nah, he don't.
Okay. Well, neither do I.
Oh, yeah? Okay, how big is your house?
1,000 square feet.
My house is bigger than yours.
That's an apartment, that ain't even go out. That's an apartment.
Look at it, 1,000 square feet.
I'll show you my lease. I mean, I don't know what that really has to do with money.
We have to work under this agreement, that's what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
and so I don't disagree. Yes, you guys bargained for the agreement. What I'm saying is, that has been the company's last proposal, and since then, there's been no discussion at levels above us.
And that proposal right there, also, we lose a lot of rights as workers here with that proposal. We're gonna lose a lot of rights.
The CEO of this company sent a disrespectful letter to employees of this company badgering our general president, and I think that's highly disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
I have a lot of respect for Sean O'Brien. He's gonna set the tone for the labor movement in this country, and I think he's gonna take UPS out on the street on August 1st. And I hope you're watching the news.
But I'm gonna be watching.
Look, is there any other questions as to, one, either the letter of agreement, or two, what my ask has been today?
Open the contract up, I think it's the only way we're gonna get something solved.
I think we should go to traditional bargaining.
My understanding is that the company's willing to look at the contract and open it up as well, and that is also on the table.
So I think we should go to traditional bargaining.
All right, well, I'm not here to decide how we bargain.
What are you gonna do? You just want to tell us to say yes. That's
No, did I ever say, just
I'm
say
trying to
yes?
figure it out. I'm asking you what the
You
purpose
just made a false statement. You said your house.
You tell us to ride with it, then what you
You just made a false. How can I trust you? if you
The
made a
place I
false
live in is
statement?
976 square feet, because I just signed the lease to it. So you don't think I know what it is? I live in an apartment.
You did a good job, Stu.
You do know that there's public records.
I'm fine with whatever you guys want.
You have a 5,800 square foot house. You don't live like us. This is a battle between the haves and the have-nots, and the have-nots are tired of working for peanuts.
We fed up. I won't stay. Tired of peanuts.
Well, I haven't told anybody how to vote. I've simply said, again,
You know, you sound just like, when what the company give back 15%, 10 years. Damn, you sound just like this. Just like, okay. And the same thing happened then.
Basically.
$700 billion gave again.
And we gave back billions of dollars.
So what?
And we lost, I
hold on,
lost a house,
hold on a
money I
minute.
gave back.
But the killer part with me, we was told, quote unquote, when the contract was 10 years up, we would go back to what we're supposed to be. The same vice president, not you, but another guy stood right in front of us and said, nah, we're not giving you that. Now, you come back, right before us again, and that's the same thing.
And there's nothing getting better.
It's closed.
No one listens to us.
And it's not your fault, Mr. Bullock. You only been with the company about a month. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're being told to come and speak with us. You're doing what your boss told you to do.
We've been here, we know, you know what I mean?
oh, hey,
Man,
I agree.
when you see freight sit on that dock, you see freight sit on that dock and they take empties out of here, they were out there. What do you expect? I mean, how are we moving forward? You look at numbers versus looking at the service and taking care of the customers, not taking care of the customers. You want us to sacrifice again for what? For more bad decisions from your higher ups? You think we should go through that? Me, if they put a chain on this door tomorrow, I can find a job tomorrow. I don't want it to happen, and don't get me wrong. But if it comes to it, I can find a job. Easy. Easy. And I think we're just fed up. And then you hire and there's nothing wrong with people working. Why are we hiring all these people? We have no room for these people.
No equipment.
No equipment, no work, and we're just pumping people. Are they a yes vote? Is that what they're trying to do? You put somebody in here, give them insurance. I'm asking because we can't figure out why you're hiring all these people that you don't have a job for. So does that look smart to you as a business owner? If you come to work and you got 20 guys standing around making whatever they make an hour, and there's no work for them, but you continuously hire people, and then you push out checkers and you bring in drivers? What does that look like? Does that look smart to you?
Well, sir, we're the largest inbound station that there is. You guys deliver the second most bills in the Western Division. We gotta deliver the freight.
And you have drivers sitting on the dock all day long? You have drivers out there with us now?
Don't even get power wash.
Now, those drivers aren't, we're the backbone too. I understand we're just checkers, but we are the backbone. We make things happen here.
And the CEO of this company sent a letter to employees saying that we're not gonna, it's unlikely that we'll be able to find jobs if we enjoy the same seniority. We don't have no seniority.
Taking them away?
You know, I would like to share a story. My father started working for this company in 1976 after serving this country in Vietnam. He did everything right by his country, by his company for 34 years. And you know what they did to him when he retired? He had to go 18 months without receiving a pension payment. For 6 months straight, my father thought he was good. He was receiving his monthly pension benefit. And then he gets a letter from the Central States Pension Fund, says that he has to freeze his retirement for 18 months till he turns the age of 62, or take a cut in his pension benefit in half. You think that's right for a Vietnam veteran, someone that did right by his country and by this company, to be treated like that? That's why we're frustrated.
Okay, I understand. I understand.
I just got one. What? Cause I done forgot about the whole thing. What are you asking us to do again?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Vote yes.
No. I don't want this. I want What are you asking us to do again?
All I want to do is make sure, and I'm asking you to do this. We have put a proposal in front of the IBT. All I'm saying is, please make sure that this is being discussed at the right levels, because it is a serious proposal that has not gotten the discussion at the highest levels to make sure.
We got a year left, dude. We got a year left with this company
The
being
company's
run.
business model is a non-union business model. We're a union company. We gotta protect our standards. If we wanna have a non-union business model, what's the point of having a union?
Let me just, I went through.
Sir, part of the letter of agreement puts this operation the way that many of the regional carriers, Holland, Redaway, have operated for years. So that union model has been effective in service. The super regional model has been effective in service, and this puts the four operating companies under the same umbrella, operating as the same legal entity. So you understand, we operate four different trucking companies with the overhead and the legalities of all four. So I illustrated one example this morning. So say we have tractors in Memphis at the Holland facility right now that I need to bring here to Houston so that we don't have 27 out of service tractors. In order for us to do that, we technically have to rebrand and sell the unit from Holland to YRC to change ownership of the tractor so that we can bring it here to use it.
Man, put a sticker on it and send it down the highway. Man, put a sticker on it like y'all do all the stress.
That would be nice to do, except our tractors are regulated by the DOT.
So when I finish this, it's the way
That's all they gotta do.
All right, you know it's-
Right there.
I mean, we look dumb, some of us got a little sense.
One down.
Dugard is looking into that. Walked in this morning. You guys saw it.
For months, actually.
Well, one, we gotta find somebody who can do it, because it's not just a matter, you got stormwater runoff, of what that's gonna cause if we're the ones that do it. So, look, it's not just somebody walking out there with a steam cleaner. We have to make sure it's done properly.
I mean, look at the restrooms. You got 2 toilets in here and 2 urinals. Look at how many people on one shift.
Hey,
Those are sitting out there at 100 degrees. You know what that smells like out there? I bet you've never used that.
I don't disagree, because when I walked down this dock a month ago, I said, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Okay? So guys, I understand this place has some things that have to change, and they have changed slowly, but we are working to change them more quick.
My job is to take care of the customers, whose job is to take care of us?
90-year-old guys on road
It is
driving.
all of us to take care of each other. Yes.
So for how long are we gonna have to use porta potties, and how many restrooms do you have in your house?
About 3 or 4. I got one. One right now.
Good answer.
One right now.
Good answer.
But I gotta share it with 2 women, so it's like having. Oh, my God. So guys, look, see, we tried to make this local, we tried to make, obviously we got this stuff going on with the break room, trying to get the.
He feels that you did not answer his question.
You're confused. What are you asking us to do again?
What he's asking us to do is to call O'Brien.
And tell him to take this to a vote.
Beg him to, no, he begged, we want us to call O'Brien to beg him to meet at the table to get with him and agree.
Hold on. So basically,
That's what he said.
That's what I've said the whole time.
So basically, I have somebody representing me,
Correct.
and the person who's representing me,
They don't want to talk.
They don't want to talk.
So.
No.
So what I'm saying, okay,
I'm breaking it down for you. The person who represented me, you took him a deal. The person I pay every month to represent me, he said no to the deal. Now
We said no to the deal. We told him.
Go ahead. Now you want me to go to the person who I paid to represent me and tell him, go back to that man and work something out.
we gonna have to vote on that.
So I see it slightly different, and I appreciate you spelling it out for me, right?
Is that what you asked?
So this is how I see it. It's, look, we've worked with the IBT to come up with this plan, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. We've had the IBT support on the plan, okay? Because we took that plan, the bankers, finances, governments, etc., said, this is our plan. They said, we like the plan. You guys are working together, you're getting the plan done. We do step 1, plan looks like it's working okay. We get to step 2, we give the proposal, and all of a sudden we hit a wall. Why did we hit a wall? Wait a minute, let me finish. So we hit a wall, we're asking why we hit the wall. And we can't get that discussion. All I'm saying is, guys, if we don't find a way to move forward, it doesn't look pretty.
What doesn't look pretty?
The financial aspect of this company does not look pretty
hasn't.
if we don't find a way to move forward. So you can believe me if you want. If you don't, then you don't have to do anything. I'm saying there's potentially some pretty dire consequences here. And again, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I said potentially. So if you guys feel the same way as I do, I want you to understand that you do have representation. We have been working together. And if you are concerned, make sure those people that represent you understand that you're concerned. That is my ask. I haven't told you to vote yes. I haven't told you that this is a good agreement or a bad agreement. All it is an agreement that hasn't been negotiated beyond this paper. That's all I'm saying.
How you gonna have line drivers working dock? That's what I'm saying. You know, you got 89-year-old guys.
More senior people off.
But
You got 89-year-old guys.
but if you look at this agreement,
It's really not that complicated.
if you look at the agreement, it's spelled out who would work and where they would work, and the seniority implications or lack of implications it would take. Out of the 1,000 drivers that it would take, 400 are already performing those jobs. The other 600 would be at very specific locations, and those drivers impacted would have the option on seniority to a certain degree. But that is a proposal. And again, I'm not here as a negotiator. I didn't make this document. All I'm saying is, guys, look, you all know the bill count is down. Maybe we don't see it as much here. We did 44,000 bills on Friday. When I first got here in the beginning of May, we were doing over 50,000.
Whose fault is that?
Service.
Wait a minute, there's a lot of faults for it, okay? I'm not trying to assign blame. I'm saying, one, the economy's not doing real well. Because if you look at other companies, hell, Old Dominion, who right now is the standard bearer in LTL, their tonnages are down significantly, and they're laying people off, as are we. Almost every LTL company is showing a decline in freight. Every trucking company, and you look at the number of people that have gone out of business, small trucking companies, those trucking companies with 3 or less trucks. So guys with an entrepreneurial spirit or women that have gone out, they had their truck, they're doing good through the pandemic, they've added a truck or two. Guess what? The economy, the bottom is falling out. And those people are going out of business because fuel is tough, insurance is tough, everything is tough, inflation. So the economy has not helped us, okay? People are retracted, and it's impacted our business. That is part of the reason.
But this letter of agreement is proposing for us, it doesn't even say how many raises are we gonna get.
Pension.
I mean, my groceries cost more, rent costs more, mortgage costs more, your electric bill costs more.
And-
I mean,
and-
that's
I
something
don't
that.
have a future for my family. I don't even know how much raises, how much money I'm gonna make for
Well,
the next 5
again,
years.
the letter of agreement and the contract are two separate things that we need as a group, IBT and company, to discuss both, because they both gotta be synced so that we can make this thing work.
They bring it to a vote, is that what you're saying?
No, that's nothing, I'm not talking about a vote of anything, okay?
I mean,
So guys, I have given you what information I have, and I've given you the letter of agreement, okay?
Oh, my Lord.
If you are not concerned about it, then you just go about your business. I'm just
I
saying,
think we're all very.
I think I'm concerned about it.
well, I know I'm
I think I'm concerned about it, and I have a lot of stake here. We've been lied to for a lot of years. We've been wanting to sacrifice for a lot of years. We watch CEOs come into this company, take $1 million bonuses, and then they leave, and then the next one comes in and does the same thing. Should we be doing that? Should we be doing that at a time like this? Absolutely not. But we're not talking about our money and our livelihood. So tomorrow this goes through, you lay off more people, you get rid of the senior guys that have been here, you bring in driver, you do whatever you want. We don't want it. And when our leaders came down here, for the most part, we spoke up, we told them what we wanted. And we finally have a leader standing up for us. And I mean, whatever happens, happens. And I think a lot of us sit there.
Okay, so I respect that. So look, we can continue to have the discussion. I'll just say this, guys. Look, and I don't want to go on a personal basis here, okay? But I will. So I've only been here a month, okay? But what I will say is, I do respect what you guys do every day on the dock, because I've been around this business for 30 years.
I got a question for you. When you left that other freight company, logistics, did you go to increase money? Did you go to get less?
I took less because I got downsized. I got laid off.
VP, was your VP there?
I was an executive VP there. I got laid off.
Robert, are you
On March the 9th, I got laid off and the company downsized.
Are you saying that the IBT leadership doesn't want to talk to y'all at all, or they just don't want to accept this substandard letter of agreement that you proposed to them?
What I'm saying is that we have reached out to sit at a table and discuss that document. And as Mr. O'Brien's had quoted to UPS, that you guys would go anywhere, anytime, any place and sit across the table, right? We are simply asking for the same thing. We want to sit at the table and discuss this document.
So our leadership at the IBT is refusing to sit down with you at all, or are they just refusing to accept this substandard letter of agreement?
Well, my understanding is since the agreement has been put forth, there has been no discussions on this agreement.
But they
To
reject this
negotiate.
agreement. They don't want this agreement.
Just negotiate, just a straight no. No negotiations.
No, I don't think they said no negotiations. I just think they said the concession stand is closed.
All right,
The company needs to propose an agreement with no
So
concessions.
when and where would the negotiation take place?
Whenever the concession stand is closed. Present us an agreement with no concessions where we know how much money we're gonna make for the next 5 years. That way I can plan a future for my family. That way I can talk to my wife, my daughters. I got 2 beautiful daughters that need to know how much money their father's gonna make for the next 5 years. I got a daughter that's 16 years old, that's about to be a junior in high school, and I need to know if I'm gonna be able to afford to pay for her college.
Because I mean, realistically speaking, the younger people that are here that have only been here for a year or two, it isn't a sustainable income. You know, I make ends meet, but to be able to build a house, to be able to start a family, to be able to do all those things that these guys at the age of mine that back then were able to, I just can't do it anymore. And that's based on the
How
economy.
much money you make an hour, Rojas?
I only make $19 an hour.
I make $26.69 an hour, and I live check by check. You think it's fair for this man to work under starvation wages?
Bro, he said you get paid 19, I've been here for 9 years, I get paid 20.
20. This man's been here for 9 years, only makes $20 an hour, and he does the same job that I do. Sometimes he does a better job than me. So,
But I'm not gonna comment. Hey, what time does your shift start? 2 o'clock, not 2:27?
Uh-oh.
he just told you what time it starts.
I'm giving you a hard time, man.
Was there any work available at 2 o'clock?
Chief.
Does that make a difference?
I mean, what do you want the man to do? There's no work available.
On the serious side, on the serious side, we're united here, but Houston, Texas, it came from 30 years ago, we had almost 300 employees. Here we'll grow medium, we're like the second largest city in the United States. And we should have 400 employees here. 50% of the employees here is ready to retire. They have to be replaced to sustain this business. You have to, I could buy a truck for $10,000 20 years ago. The average truck is $100,000. I was making $22 in 08. Hell, I'm just making 26 right now. I'm too far behind.
to support the company. I have to have, we put this legal to show that we want a contract that's suitable to every union company. I don't think ABF should be making more than we do. We are bigger than we are. We are the second largest trucking company in the United States of America.
That's what he said.
It's a free country. We're a union. When you go to the customers, you don't charge them less. You charge them more. Because he's paying for insurance and everything. But we're the labor force, we don't get paid nothing. You're underpaid as a union person.
Yes.
We need to stick together. They'll tell no. We said no. No session closed.
Session stand is closed.
Do better for your employees. It's enough work for everybody. But one man need to be doing two jobs. If you're gonna drive, you drive. If you're gonna check, you check. This man here making $19 an hour. Average driver make $20 or $30 an hour. What? He said, how can I get home? He's young.
Shit, I've been here 5 years. I'm gonna be the one.
You ain't going to.
Shit, my daddy been working here there and everything.
I know. You shouldn't be making
I don't work
that.
with it.
But we sit here and stand here and accept this. It's time for a change.
I passed on this doctor.
We are united as teachers. We gonna tell the company? No. No way.
No.
No. If you can let this company close, the largest company, second largest company in the United States, American, shame on you. You know, this y'all a bill on our back. And lady, y'all ain't losing no money. We lost. We took the 15%. Like I told you, we've been paying our pension for a whole year. That's the year I got to make that.
4 years.
Look how many y'all been laid off to get paid the pension. Look at the years you got. Yeah, you might have 27 years, but you only got 20 years in tax.
Our son was forced to die here.
And yeah, we said I've seen so many die.
So
and with the COVID-19, we came to work. Other companies was getting their employees $4, $5, $6 extra. We couldn't get nothing.
They call us heroes.
Yeah, but we're heroes.
All right, guys, any other questions on that?
What we gonna do with them over there?
I'm not, why are you bringing up questions? What's that?
I want you to answer that question. Do you think it's fair that Frank Owens makes $20 an hour?
I've been there for 9 years.
Does the
He's
same
20.
job that I do, and he's been here for 9 years.
Separation.
I passed on the doc 3
I
times
don't,
with Caesar, bro.
I don't determine what your pay, what your fair pay
I'm not
is.
gonna judge you for your opinion. I don't know what your opinion is. I think that's fair.
I don't know if it's fair or not.
I think it's very unfair.
What happens to the dock?
How much
when
are
if this goes through and these line up, they can barely walk from the yard up here to the poor guys. They can't do this free. They can't do what we do. All we're gonna do is end up giving up our jobs to somebody that can't do our job. Another mistake you guys are making, and
Well,
we're out.
I don't believe
that's gonna
Houston
work.
is part of that. You're not gonna have you're not gonna have drivers.
They're doing it now.
Under this-
Last week, they let off senior men and kept junior drivers.
Are they only proposing to do it in terminals where they have
Right.
all in the.
Yeah, and the terminals are listed there. So again, guys, I'm not here to go through the detail of this letter. That's for people above me, beyond my pay grade. Just like you guys. You guys have people that represent you.
They have lawyers.
Yeah,
We don't have no
I mean,
lawyers. Lawyers write these documents.
You guys have lawyers. Come on.
How much?
Go ahead, Ron.
I'm saying the IBT has lawyers.
Yeah, but they're not
The
present
IBT
here.
has financial.
They're not present here.
We need to shoot. But I haven't asked you to approve or disapprove anything in that document. All I've said is, guys, let's make sure we're having discussions. What would hurt Sean O'Brien and Darren Hawkins to sit down at a table and discuss that document? They did.
I think they said, let's open the contract.
But they did.
And the company said no.
No, I don't think, I think the company is more than willing to open up the contract and use both at the same
He said if
time.
it's not better for the employees, that's, I think no push.
And beyond that, guys, we have a system on how we negotiate these things, just like you said, there's a way that these things are negotiated. And all I'm saying is, we should negotiate.
Since
We're not even up
2019,
to
how much
ABF.
have the prices of our transportation increased? Like, have they increased the same way the economy has? Are we increasing the pricing to the customers? Are we just maintaining the same prices?
Well, a lot of that is depending on what lanes, et cetera, and the cost, but
But
I mean, our
overall,
yield has improved, and I would say if I look back over the years, probably where we've gained prices because we've been underpriced.
You think service, I think service has a lot to do with it, because in the years
Well, I
I've been
would-
here, we've lost a lot of heavy bulk freight.
I wouldn't disagree.
To service, and I'm telling you, you have to, this load factor stuff they do, running empties out of here, absolutely, on paper, to the engineers and you guys, it looks great, But when these customers' freight sits here and then you stop seeing their freight on this dock, the coffee we used to move, the Gaylord we used to move, the oil we used to move, you don't get that anymore because it's sat on the dock Friday till Tuesday the following week.
Right, and part
And
of
what
what we're
we're
trying to
trying
do is speed the system up
Does that make sense?
and improve service.
Does
which
that
is-
make sense?
Which is what we've done.
But how are we improving service if this trailer's not making load factor? We let the customer's freight sit for 2 or 3 days till we can fill that load. We'll run the empty down the road versus just getting this freight down to this customer and making service. And then the
Wrong is wrong in certain cases. I'm not saying it's right to do
then
that.
why are we doing it? It is stupid. It is. You cannot tell me that's not the dumbest thing you've ever heard.
Well,
You'd rather.
There's a lot of other dumber things, but it's not a wise thing to do.
But we still do it. And then look, we lose customers every day. We don't see the bulk freight we used to get here. They're going to somebody else who's putting it on the truck and sending it on the road, not worried about load factor.
I would disagree with you on that. Because when I was at Saya, the load factor out of Houston was 3,000 pounds more a trip.
They run 53s, right?
No, they run doubles. They run doubles.
They have a cutoff at Saya.
But I'll tell you what you guys do need here. One, bars, straps, dunnage, airbags, more than one airbag machine, right?
Yeah.
So I'll put you guys up against anybody because I know that you guys know what to do and how to do it, right? But we got to give you the stuff to do it, and then we got to have people out here that are trained that can help you do it, right? I can't have a supervisor out here doing Facebook videos, jacking around when he's supposed to be working with you guys to get the job done, right? So I'm going to take responsibility on that. We need to have people out here that can help you do your jobs better and guide you so that we do make the right decisions. That's on us.
Okay, and give you
That's on us.
A lot of these new guys that come in here to work, they put them where they got for 4 or 5 hours, and they'll say, "Come back to work, just let him." They're not training.
Right, and I don't disagree there.
Did you know that supervisor you just mentioned called every person in this, well, not every person, but every person that was present in the pre-shift last week, he called everybody work trash.
Okay, well, that's why he's not here anymore.
I mean,
He's no longer with us. So
thank God.
it won't be accepted. It's not acceptable, guys. I told you when this started, I respect what you guys do out there. I couldn't do it. I know I couldn't do it. It's a hard job. It's a hard job to do. But I tell you, somebody who does it well, who does it really well, and you guys know who you are. This guy, I watched him load a trailer earlier. You guys can make that dock hum. And it's our job to give you the tools to make it hum. And it's also our job, when you guys can't make it hum, and you choose not to, then we have a problem. Right? And that's the way this thing works. Because when you see guys that aren't doing their job, just like the manager that wasn't doing his job, they need to go. So that we can get people in here that are serious about getting the job done and protect all of our jobs. It's my job to protect your job. Because if we're doing business right, we're making money, and your job brings value to everybody.
But you're not protecting my job when you're telling me to call my leadership to accept this agreement or sit down.
Look, I haven't said to accept this agreement. I said we need to discuss this agreement. So there's some things in here that need to be discussed, and that's how we better service the customer and how we really
told
trade.
you that this contract is offensive. This letter of agreement is offensive. And I got one more question. I know you gotta go. How much money did it cost the company to rebrand the name from Wires to Yellow?
Well, I have no idea, but
Here in Houston,
20-some years ago, when the first merger happened, they should have just done it then, to be honest with you.
I agree.
I mean, it's
waste.
It is my personal opinion to say, I don't know why it's taken us so long to get here today, but we're here. So we got to figure out the right thing to do, guys. That's why.
Don't you think Darren Hawkins needs to resign for wasting money like that? I mean, you're complaining about 27 minutes that you said this guy was not working. At this terminal.
No, I didn't complain about him not working.
At this terminal, that garage manager that you had before, Brian, told our mechanics that this terminal alone paid $50,000-$60,000 just for stickers.
Well, that's
Just for yellow stickers to rebrand the name. Don't you think that's waste? those 27 minutes only cost the company $10.
$10 times 300, et cetera, et cetera.
Not everybody's doing that.
And we talk about equipment, but isn't there supposed to be dimension machines that are being put in, 2-dimension machines? How much are those costing versus all the other straps and bars and?
So those dimension machines and the difference that we make on the accessorial stuff, they pay for themselves in about 4 months.
How much are they
So,
costing?
I think they run now maybe 40 grand.
But we're being told by our leadership, the company has said that they don't have money to give us that 40-cent raise. How are y'all gonna afford dimension machines if y'all can't give us a 40-cent raise in October?
Well, $80,000 is, I mean, that's capital equipment. And it pays for itself over the course of 4 months.
So as long as it can pay for itself, they see it being approved. If
Invest
it's not
in
able to pay
employees.
for it.
Again, it's how it's financed, et cetera.
You should invest in
How you
your
look at
employees.
equipment.
Shit, we have credit?
Huh?
We have credit?
I don't know at this point.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
have
know.
cash.
I don't know.
I know we.
All right, guys, is there any unclarity as to what my message was today? I know not everybody either agrees or likes the message or may have heard different things. I'm not gonna restate everything again. I appreciate your time and attention, and I also appreciate the work that you guys do, and I do appreciate your opinions. Don't agree with all of them, but I appreciate your opinions. And
Not to agree with us.
what's that?
I pay you not to agree with us.
Well,
Very well.
hey, let's be honest about this. Look, if we always want to be adversarial, we will just continue to choke ourselves. I mean, what's that thing with the bird and the frog that choke each other? So look, at some point, we got to figure out how we coexist and make this work, because we are a Teamster company.
You consider your employees adversaries?
I think a lot of the things we do are adversarial, but no, I don't consider adversaries at all.
Like what?
What I'm saying
What are
is,
some things that
we
we
need
do that are
we need
adversarial?
to learn how to keep moving this company forward, okay? And it comes from, again, and I understand that there's a lot of things that have happened with this company over the years.
Yeah, but you keep saying moving this company forward. We have gave. We done gave. We're not giving no more.
Look at me. I got one quick thing.
I got something to do with it.
You said we're the largest city operation in the country, right?
Inbound city.
Inbound, right. So we have about 7 drivers in this room that didn't go out. I counted 7 loads, city loads that didn't go out today.
Because we didn't have trucks.
We don't have 7 tractors
Right.
that we were promised with the $700 million that we borrowed.
Yeah,
That we never got to us.
I'm looking to try to get trucks in here.
I think it's
Will the last CEO get 14?
$15 million bonus. I only got $15
That's a
million
lot of trucks.
bonus. We resigned 2 years later.
And I didn't want to put 3 trucks out with no air conditioning, so
Are
they in the works of getting new tractors here?
it actually does allow me
Just
to,
left
it
out
actually
here.
does allow me to put it out if we're within 14 days of when it's been signaled for repair,
Recommend say he's
recommended.
recommended.
But look, it's freaking 98 degrees, right? So look, I understand what the contract says, and in this case, I'm not gonna do that if we have a choice, okay? Look, that's why I say, there's no use in trying to be adversarial where we don't need to be, okay? Let's find a way to work together, and I would like for us, as a company, to have the same attitude. I can't control the company, I can control what we do here, to an extent.
So you call standing up for your rights adversarial?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
What are the things that we do that you consider?
I'll tell you what, we can remain here and talk about it. I'll let you guys, let everybody else get back to work.
Everybody needs to hear this. We're all one yellow, right?
Yeah, but this isn't an ongoing public forum. If you and I want to sit down later and talk, we can do that.
I have nothing to say to you.
Because I gotta
You know
get-
why?
I gotta
You
get
know
home
why I
tonight.
have nothing to say to you? Because 2 weeks ago, I was assigned to break out of the 120 door, and my breakout was enough. So
Right.
I try to remain busy. I drove down to Outbound and you followed me. I drove down to 10 door, the OS&D door, and you followed me. And
I
you
did.
decided to ask Regina Brown and Sandra Morgan what the guy in the blue shirt was doing.
I did.
Why didn't you come ask me?
Because I walked down to OS&D because I didn't see anything on your lip and I didn't see anything on your blade.
You do understand that I
somebody-
am the chief city steward, and I am also an employee, and I act in a steward capacity at
Right,
times.
and I'm the regional VP and I have the right to ask employees questions.
Well, why don't you come ask my manager? Why don't you come ask me? Why do you gotta ask another employee?
After
That's
somebody else said that you brought something to OS&D, I said, thank you, and I left it alone.
You're doing the job of a frontline supervisor. You should be worried about
Sir.
Dallas, Louisiana. I mean, not what goes on.
Sir, if I'm walking the dock, it is part of my job.
Well, you should've
If
came
I
and
saw,
asked me.
if I
You
saw
should've
you
came and
fall
asked me.
off the side of the dock and I was walking down there, I wouldn't say, I got other more important things to do.
Well, you should have came and asked me what I was doing, not micromanage and come ask other employees.
Why would you ask the lady?
Yeah.
Because
They're not my
that's who
manager.
we went down to ask.
To help,
And
to
the other,
work.
and the other person
I was trying to
said
stay busy 'cause my
that she
breakout
had
wasn't
requested he came down.
Yeah, my breakout was enough, so no supervisor assigned me to go help them. I was just trying to stay busy. And you go micromanage.
Did I didn't harass you because I didn't even
I was
engage you.
about to say harass, but did I say harass? You
I didn't
micromanaged.
engage you.
You didn't engage me, and I think you should have came and asked me what I was doing if you were so concerned. Not ask other employees that work in the office employees. You ask office employees what a dock worker
I
is
asked the
doing.
OS&D clerk who was at the door why you were there. She said he brought OS&D bills down. I said, thank you,
Why didn't you come ask me?
because my question was answered.
Why didn't you come ask me?